Okay, well look, I think there's two things that come to mind when you talk about radio that's worked. Firstly, the strategy of the campaign and the understanding of exactly who you're talking to. In other words, your target audience specifically. And in South Africa, where we've got multi-languages and multiple radio stations and very good segmentation, it seems that only one ad is being produced that's expected to go across all of those things. But aside from strategy and the direction, let's talk about what goes into making a really, really great radio advertisement. Well, firstly, after the script itself, that has the idea, and I think at the end of the day, what attracts a listener to listen to something is something in it that gives them a return. So the creative part of it is what gets the listener to listen. So I think that's the key thing. So the script itself is absolutely imperative. And thereafter, if you're creating a scenario where you have actors playing out a scene or whatever it is, after the script itself, the casting and the performance of those people is absolutely critical, because we all know when we're subjected to sales or we meet people at parties, etc., the humans have a subconscious a barometer or meter that measures insincerity, and the second we detect insincerity or other motivation or something in that, we tend to subconsciously dismiss that. However, there are always people at parties, for instance, that are entertaining, that are authentic, that have something interesting to say, and those are the people everybody gravitates to. The other person that I was referring to is always the one who sits alone at the table and is left afterwards on their own in the corner. And I think radio advertising, nothing is different to that. It's a social engagement. It is between people. You are asking human beings to listen. So those, for me, are the most important things. The script itself, the idea behind, the creative that is going to get me to listen to it in the first place, the casting and the production values are key issues. Well, I think we're looking at the system at the moment, the advertising industry as it stands right now, and radio is definitely the poor cousin. I mean, I'm hearing about briefs that are less than 24 hours, briefs that are 48 hours, scripts that are being made and going into production without real approval, certainly no creative direction, the ability to go back and recast, reproduce. The really good advertising campaigns that are done, the ones that win awards, the ones that are recognized and we all enjoy, a huge amount of effort has gone into it. Proper pre-production meetings, proper casting has gone into it. We do auditions. The brand has put a lot of money into choice of who's going to represent that, which voice is going to represent their brand, the mnemonic at the end, pre-production on the music that's going to go into it. People who think that you can go and win the Olympic Games without doing any training or any preparation or any kind of strategy to achieve that goal are going to fall by the wayside. And I think that is essentially, as an analogy, works exactly for radio. People want things to work, but nobody's prepared to put the time and the effort into actually putting it all together in the correct way, from strategy through to implementation. Yeah, the positive note is that South Africa is globally recognized through the international awards, particularly Cannes, DNAD, other great internationally renowned awards, as being probably the most awarded radio nation. However, like all things, there's a pyramid involved, and I think that the radio pyramid is a very narrow, tall, more like the Eiffel Tower than a pyramid, and it's only the people right at the really top, the few, and I really can reduce it down to individuals. I mean, if I really try hard, I can't go beyond 10 individual people that I know, and those individuals have the ability to get their marketer to collaborate with them on the strategy and the execution. When they get that all right, you get these great campaigns that are coming out.